Hey, it's David, and I am here in what is affectionately referred to at our house as the He-Man room. It's full of Masters of the Universe figures and vehicles and all kinds of memorabilia. In the 1980s, I collected Masters of the Universe, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. You had Skeletor and He-Man and Boss Man, Stinkor, and all these crazy characters. A lot of fun. We played for hours with those things. My dad would set them up and things. I'd come downstairs and he'd have these big battle scenes set up and we'd play with them. A lot of fun. Collected those up into the late 1980s and got probably into Ninja Turtles or something like that. But a few years ago, there's been a few runs on He-Man. They did a 2000X series. They did it back in the early 2000s. They did a few lines of these things, but a few years ago I discovered these Mega Constructs, which is kind of like Legos, kind of came out with a tiny little line of Masters of the Universe. This is Triclops, and he's tiny, all the characters came out, and it's a neat line. I thought this was cool. I started collecting some of those up. And then I started collecting the Origins figures. You can see over here to my left. They were figures that looked like the original figures, but they're more articulated. You could pose them. Then I started started collecting the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Netflix series. So I collect 3 different series here in the room. I've got a lot of vintage puzzles that go on the walls and stuff, but I needed a place to put them. So I was able to clean this room up and in here and get it ready. I haven't opened any, well, I've opened some of the Mega Constructs, and all the other figures, they're closed, and we're gonna open those together and go through the different series. We're going to do it in time lapse, which will be really cool, and get those kind of opened up and set up in big battle scenes and everything. And I know the folks that like to keep things in packages right now are going, oh my God, I can't believe you got it. You can see I've got a lot of some vintage stuff here too. This is actually my original Battle Cat I had as a child. He was missing his mask, and a buddy of mine online was able to get me a mask that went with my 1978 Taiwan Battle Cat, which was cool. And you know, it's funny, the Battle Cat was based off of an original toy line series called Big Jim, and there were different animals like alligators. This is a Big Jim alligator. That's Lori's. I just brought him in here so you can see him. But there was a tiger, and so they used that mold. So this is actually stamped from 1978, but the He-Man figures didn't come out until the early 80s. And so anyway, very cool. So we're going to get to it here. We're going to go through the room. I'm going to show you and pan the tables here, and then we're going to get to opening some of these figures. So let's get to it. this has been day one in the He-Man room. And that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. This figure set is awesome. These action figures, look how bulky they are. Just exactly what I would have loved to play with as a kid. I love playing with them when I'm 42 years old. Look at this Savage Eternia He-Man. Look at those big shoulders with the Eternia playset. And this drawbridge that opens, I don't care who you are, that's cool if you're 4 or 42. Just a great series of figures. This is from the CGI Netflix series, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. This has been a lot to open today, but hang with us for part 2. Next time we're going to open up the Masters of the Universe Origins, or the Retro Play series. They're all based off of all the old action figures, but they're more articulated. You thought we had a lot to open here. We have a ton to open over there. We had a Castle Grayskull. We've got Battle Cats and Panthors and Stinkors and Mossman. Nope, we don't have Mossman yet. He's not coming out until the spring, but super cool set there too. But remember, be kind, courteous. Until next time.